Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your girl, Lady J. Isn't that a beautiful morning? Isn't it beautiful? I decided to get back on my A game to working out. I can't work out like I used to. You know, Lady J is a thick madam. I can't work out like I used to because my knee is very bad. I've had many of surgeries, plenty of surgeries, and now my knee is really needs a whole knee replacement. So I can't even do a squat, and it's just that painful. So I find something that I can do that's not as painful, but I can lose some of this weight and lose some inches. Now I don't want to be back to when I was like, we're in a size 6 and we're in size 7. That was last year sometime. That was maybe a year and a half ago. Since the passing of my son and this pain in my knee has really, I've really gained some weight. So I'm going to lose at least 8 to 10 pounds. Just some inches and some pounds. I still want to be thick. You know, there's some certain places in my body I just don't really like. And what brings me to that topic of change. You know, if you don't like something about yourself, change it. There's nothing wrong with it, you know. As long as you're doing it for yourself, you're not doing it for somebody else. If you don't like anything about yourself, whatever you don't like about yourself, just change it. Just like that. Just like switching the light on. Just that fast. And you do something about it. Because a lot of times we just complain. I don't like this. I don't like my body weight. I don't like how my hair looks. You know, I don't like this. I don't like that. But we don't do anything about it. You have to change that yourself. Once again, as long as you're doing it for yourself and not for somebody else. Because if you do it for somebody else, you're not going to stick to it. Okay? You're only going to do it because somebody else feels that you should do it. Versus you doing it because you know that you should do it. Okay? But Lady J is going on her walk. And you know I love nature, so I needed to be in this nature on this morning because I got up this morning not really feeling like myself. And so let me tell you something else about that. When you wake up in the morning and you don't really feel like yourself, go in nature. Walk in nature. And some of us got jobs where we can actually take a whole hour break. Go walk. You know, release that negative thinking, release that whatever that you're holding on to, just release it. Give it back to the universe and let the universe replenish you. Because that's what I do all the time. I come out in the universe. I don't go to the doctor and say, I have this problem, I have that problem. When God had created everything for us, everything that we can ever imagine is right here. So I go right into nature and I just walk around in it. And I talk to God and I talk to my sunshine. I tell him how my day is going. You know? So that right there is to be a blessing to somebody. You know, those that have anxiety, that have depression, a lot of stress, walk in nature. Trust me when I say, it would change your whole chemistry. Walk in it. Take your shoes off and walk in it. I've done that too. Just make sure that you go to a place where it's not a lot of craziness inside the grass. You know, people like to throw a lot of junk inside the grass, but just go somewhere like in the back of my house. It's beautiful. You know, there's a pond or a lake, something back there, but it's beautiful. And I would take my shoes off and just walk in the grass. I feel all the energy. I feel all the love. You feel it, okay? I ain't staying long on that. That's a whole nother subject, but listen, it's time for y'all to start changing some things about you and stop hanging around people also that always blame you for everything that goes wrong, especially when some things go wrong in their own life or when they make a poor choice or a decision and blame you for that poor choice and that poor decision. Now, we got a lot of people like that. They're not bad people. They have bad behaviors. And We got to get away from them people until they really wake up and realize that they are the problem and you're not. Because it's so easy to point the finger at somebody else and say, you caused me to do this. You made me do this. You made this person come over there and do that to me. No, we didn't do that. We can't make nobody do nothing they don't want to do. We can only control ourselves, but we can't control other people. And so get away from people like that, because they have to learn how to value your friendship, value the relationship, value themselves enough to know that other people was never the problem. It was them. Now, for one, if it's me at fault, I would say it's my fault. Believe that, I would say it's my fault, and it's as bad as it may hurt me sometimes. I'm thinking I'm right. Once I realize, okay, maybe I was wrong, I would live up to that. I would go to that person, or I would call that person and tell them that I'm sorry. But it's sad that a lot of people will not even say that they're sorry, because they don't feel like they did anything wrong. But they did. What it is that they hurt your feelings, whether they said some things, did some things that was out of their character, they won't admit that they was the one and that they was the one in the wrong. They will find everything possible. They will find every reason for why you was the problem and why you was the reason why they chose to do what they did. Stay away from them people. It's not that they're bad people, once again. It's just that until they're able to know that they are the problem and realize that they need to clean up some stuff in their life, and maybe they need to stop doing some things that make them come out of character, like drinking too much. You know, there's some bad behaviors that all of us have, Lady J included. There is some bad behaviors, but when these certain behaviors make you come out of your character to the point where it not only embarrass them, but embarrass you too, then you need to stay away from them people until they change. And you know they changed. And you can trust them again. And that's for many of us. Because many of us hang around a lot of people that are negative. Oh, they are nice and they are kind until they start drinking. And not just drink, but drink to get drunk. Oh, they kind and they are a wonderful person to hang around. But it's until they are under the influence, whether it be alcohol or whether it be drugs, whatever it may be, that causes them to come out of character. And when they come out of pocket, the first thing they want to do is blame you. So I just wanted to let you know that that is something that you needed to really be aware of. We can't help people change. I realized that myself. I used to always think that I can help somebody change. But that person has to be able to change themselves. They have to change themselves. There's nothing that you can do to change them. They have to have a change of mindset. And you can't do that for them. It's like praying for somebody to get healed, but they don't believe that they can be healed. Well, then how can they be healed? They got to believe in themselves, right? Same thing. So, Lady J just wanted to talk on that topic. And let's just change people. Let's become better people. You know, I know it's hard. It's not easy. Life is not easy. But it's meant to be that way. So that we can become better people. Become better mothers and better fathers and better friends. Better significant other, whatever it may be to the other person. That requires change. And Lady J is constantly, every day working on herself. Because I want better for me. It's not about age. It's about the individual person per se. You could be 90 It's not too late to change. And we got to get away from a whole bunch of excuses. I'm like this because my mom did this, my dad did this. No, you're like that because that's what you want to be. You can change now. You're old enough to change your life. So we're not going to have no pity parties, not going to be making excuses for why we can't change and why we refuse to change. We just got to change. Stop making a whole bunch of excuses. I can't do this because of this. I can't do that because of that. I don't have enough time in the day. Excuses. Excuses is failure. I can say I can't work out. I'm just going to get fat and be 500 pounds, right? Because my knees messed up. But no, I found other ways that I can lose weight. No excuse. So let's get it, people. Let's change our lives. Change your attitude. Change your motives. Change how you think. Because when you change you, everything around you change. People, places, and things. And sometimes it takes for us to change for other people to see that they need to change. So don't be so hard on other people that we forsake call bad people. They're not bad people. Once again, they just make poor decisions. And they have bad behaviors. Behaviors that people don't want to hang around them when they get drunk, or don't want to hang around them when they do certain things. So let's get away from that negative thinking, negative talking. And let's just take better care of ourselves and do right by ourselves. Don't expect nobody to love you more than you love yourself. To care for you as much as you care for yourself. To do things for you that you can do for yourself. I've walked away from a lot of people in a lot of places. I did that for myself. It had nothing to do with somebody making that choice for me. People can say what they think, but I'm going to do what I want. Why? Because this is my life. And I am to blame for what I allow and what I don't allow. And sometimes we got to take the blame for the things that we allow to happen in our lives. Stop pointing fingers at other people saying, you're the reason why this happened. You're the reason why I don't have my house. You're the reason why I don't have my car. You're the reason why things are so jacked up in my life. You're the reason why I lost my job. You have 1,001 reasons why it's somebody else's fault. But we never take and never look at ourselves and say we could be the reason why. So think about that the next time you point fingers at somebody else. Okay? You got to get out of that. I recently decided to walk away from so many things because I need my peace. I know the kind of person that I am. I come a long ways of changing myself. And I'm not going to be around people who refuse to change. Because when you change, you don't hang around the same people. You hang around different people. Because you're not that person anymore. And it's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Because you're trying to live a healthy, positive, productive lifestyle. And in order to have that lifestyle, that requires for you to be around a certain amount of people or certain people. Or even your job. You might want to go and look for another job. Everything's about you. You can change your life as quick as you want. We're just too lazy. We don't want to put the time or the effort in. But we'll have a lot of time of complaining about what we don't have instead of going after what you want so that you can have. Let that marinate in your spirit. Anyway, Lady Jade loves you. I'm going to go and do my workout. I've talked enough. Until next time, remember to live out loud, to love hard, and to laugh like you don't have any problems, because you don't have no problems when you're the solution. The solution today is change. Okay? Lady Jade loves you. We're all in it together. To what? When?